Lacey's plan to get a confession has a deadly outcome. Dana and Sonny settle their differences. Mackenzie and Levi lose their baby. And Cash and Eden finally tie the knot.
What were you and Theo doing out there in the first place?
I arranged a meeting with Wendell
Why?
to try and trap him into making a confession.
Why would he confess to you?
I pretended to be a witness of the accident that killed Mum, using new information from Joe.
What information?
She told me that she remembered a man walking to the car. He just looked in at Mum, and then he just walked away.
So you arranged the meeting?
Wendell admitted to me that he was the driver that forced Joe off the road. He killed Mum.
Tell me what happened next.
He told me that he would go and confess to the police. But then he got behind the wheel. He came at me.
He came at you with his car?
Theo. Pushed me out of the way. He saved my life.
I'm sorry, Lacey. I need you to say it. Can you tell me who was driving the car that struck Theo Poulos?
Councillor Craig Wendell.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast, your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Right, Sophie, am I your ride or die?
Of course,
Ride
Dal.
or die, or ride and die.
It's meant to be ride or die, I think. But you could be either.
But knowing me and you,
We've had 2 or 3 near-death experiences, I think.
in our short time
Yes.
of entering moving vehicles, out of the 3 moving vehicles we've entered together, 2 of them were close calls. Yes.
Not unlike a Homer's episode. Oh, dear.
Oh, how are you? You okay?
I'm all right, Don. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. Listen, what a week! We've made it to what was
I
the
know.
finale, but
Wow.
now it can only dream of being the finale.
I mean, this would have been a really great week to end the year on. It would have been. This was a great week. This was full of drama and shocking
Yep.
and what have you. A proper season finale. So I don't really
Yeah.
I don't really know what to expect for the next 2 weeks.
It had it all this week, didn't it?
It
had
did.
the shock, the intense,
Yeah.
I was even moved by some stuff, and I don't think you were. So we'll get to
All
it.
right. Yeah.
Judging by our conversations earlier. So
Yes.
yeah, you're right. Everything sort of came to a head in this one week, and I just think I rattled through the episodes thinking, blimey, I want more this week. And if you'd imagine, we'd have left it where
Thursday would have
where
been.
it would have, which would have been Theo on the deck, and we'd have been
Mm.
left like that all Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
brave
would-
choice, I'd say.
That would have been a really, really typical season finale cliffhanger, though. Like, yeah, big
Yeah.
drama before Christmas. I think that would have
Yeah.
worked. It's almost a shame that we've got 2 weeks of God knows what coming up.
Oh, let's just go with our open minds into
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it, and we're obviously going to chat. I'm really looking forward to getting through this with you, the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Brave choice to have
Mm.
another character's death.
Yes. So
Even though Irene didn't
such a
die, we sort of mourned her not a few
yes,
weeks ago.
because the inevitable, she's not, unless they come
Yeah.
up with a miracle cure, inevitable that she's going to die off camera, isn't it? So
Mm,
this is another
mm,
huge exit. And the way that he's gone out, I think, was very brave, because this has been, when you think about it, this has been since the Riverboy storyline.
yeah.
It's been brewing,
Yeah.
because it's all to do with Lacey and her family. So this has been
Yeah.
stitched together months ago, to get
Yeah.
here, such a long way from meeting Lacey and sort of kissing her behind her boyfriend's back to where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
you could even argue the whole car on his chest. You can
Yeah.
go back to that and say that was a sort of prelude
Yeah.
to what's happened now.
Mm.
I'm a bit taken aback, to be honest, by
Mm.
this, because I think it's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fascinating now to see where we go with Leah,
Mm.
and Justin, and also her family. We
Well,
saw a little bit in
yeah.
today, in the Friday episode, but
I think the thing that I'm sort of really fascinated to find out, probably in the new year, I don't think it'll be necessarily in the next couple of weeks, but certainly going into next year, obviously this family's new. They've
mm,
just bought Irene's house. I'm imagining these characters are on a fairly longish contract, a couple of years, 3 years.
yeah,
So are we going to have a couple of years of Lacey being the most hated girl in the Bay, and they're going
well,
against Leah and Justin? And
this is Summer Bay royalty.
I
Leah
know.
Patterson Baker. Let's
Mm.
start listing them. Do you know what I mean? Like this isn't just a flash in the
Yeah.
pan. This is Theo's a bit, and Theo is main character.
Mm.
He's been here 4 years. He's a part of a big family, the Poulos
Mm.
clan. Like this isn't to be sort of overlooked really and sniffed at.
No.
This is a big event.
Yeah.
Um, if we compare it to last year's, and I don't like doing this, but last year our cliffhanger was Perry drowning his dad. I mean, his dad's nothing to nobody. This is
Mm.
going to have other repercussions.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. This has got a bigger impact on the Bay. I mean, the amount of people as well that'll be affected by him, because he's integrated so well as a character.
Hmm.
He was in Lyric, so he's got all the Lyric guys. He's obviously got Justin and Leah. He's very well known and well loved by most of the people on the cast, aren't that he gets
Yeah,
involved with.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
some of the first people to come round and comfort Leah are, Marilyn and Mr. Stewart. You don't get bigger than that on the show.
I know.
So
Oh my
this,
God, that scene.
yeah. Oh God, I
We'll
can't.
get. Yeah,
Oh, died.
we'll get to it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. There is serious ripples from
Mm,
this one, and that's why it felt so heavy. I
mm,
think. Um, this is an exciting story. I'm not necessarily like weeping and wailing sadness because
no.
Theo was Theo, but I think he was an important part of the show and
Yeah.
has been in the 2020 era.
I think he's one
You
of
know.
those characters where I don't think I'd ever say he was my favourite ever character on the show, but I do think he's a really important character, because I think we will miss his kind of stability, because
Mm.
although when he first joined he was kind of reckless and like this, kind of annoying. I'll be honest. We didn't love him at the beginning, did
Yeah,
we?
we've come a long way with him, haven't we?
We have, and he was kind of
Mm.
annoying, and he was kind of like that. He didn't care about anybody. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do, and he didn't care about the consequences. And as
Yeah.
he's grown up on the show, he's actually been one of those characters that's a counsel for everybody. He's there to help everybody through something, through a problem. He's there to give them
Mm.
advice. He's really good at
Mm.
that. And I think
Yeah.
he's very, as a character, he's very mature and very stable. and doesn't tend to get into like the everyday kind of dramas that some of the characters get into, like the kind of arguments and that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
he tends to be quite a solid character, and I think we will miss that, because then you're left with characters that are far more unstable, far more up and down, not as
Yeah.
likable, because some people don't like, Harper, for example, because she's so up and down. Some people don't like Dana because she's so up and down. The Langhams are wildly unpopular because of their instability, and
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think killing Theo off is going to help Lacey necessarily. So there's quite a lot of
Mm,
characters that are big characters that already rub people up the wrong way, and I don't think Theo did that. I think Theo was quite stable,
yeah.
and people grew to love him, and I think we
Mm,
will miss that kind of solid character that's not really off the rails, if you know what I mean, all the time.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
absolutely agree. We grew with his character,
Yeah.
and and developed that connection to him. I think
Mm.
it's going to be a massive loss, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it is like I say, a brave choice to kill him.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think I think he could have just done what a lot of other characters do and drive off and decide to go somewhere else out the bay. Ta-ra,
Mm.
and he'd be lucky if he gets mentioned.
Yeah.
um, that's what you would expect this kind of cat. But I think it's an interesting choice, and I think that to me sets the tone for 2026 Home and Away.
Yes,
I
definitely.
think it's and we've we've whinged a bit the last couple of months, but when you reflect on 2025,
Mm.
it's been quite a bold year.
Yes.
We've had some massive earthquake shifting going on in terms
Mm.
of characters, and this tells me that there's no slowing down of that with the show.
Mm.
The show is in a bold period right now,
Yes.
and we've got a lot of characters changing.
Mm.
And we're not we're not afraid to kill them. You know, even
Yes.
Irene's not safe.
Yeah.
So this to me reflects the kind of era we're in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You say
Yeah,
it is brave. And I wonder whether, I mean, I haven't seen any interviews with Matt yet, and I probably will try and find some on the internet. I wonder whether it was his decision, or he had some input into how it ended. Maybe he said, "I'm not going to renew my contract, but I'd like you to kill me off." Or, maybe he was
yeah,
horrified by the idea of being killed off and that being it. I don't know.
yeah,
I'd love to know what his thoughts
yeah.
were
What his input
on
was.
his exit. Yeah.
Yeah, fascinating. Let's get to it because I can't
Mm.
wait to talk about this with you. I mean, we're 10 minutes in already. um, do you want to talk about this week's Home and Away?
Let's go for it. Yes.
What else have
Yes.
we been doing? So I'm looking at the wrong week. Sarge, beginning of the week, he's trying to tell the girls, isn't he, that
Mm.
Councillor Craig in the funeral book, he's fuming about it. You'll remember last week we had this whole reveal
Mm.
of Councillor. The family and us now know. We've nothing concrete, we've nothing solid, have we? But look, we just need to find the evidence and nail this guy, don't we, to the events.
Mm.
The family are fuming, they're arguing, they feel it's all unfair, they're yelling at each other. When they eventually calm down, Sarge has explained to the girls that, look, this, you need to stop looking into this. I was ordered to stop from the high ups.
Mm.
This has come from quite high up. He's lawyered up. What an absolute mess. The girls are like, okay, he finally tells us that this is all a conflict of interest, even though we've all been screaming it for 3.5 weeks. Lacey then has to come clean about these threatening voicemails she's been leaving him and stalking him with.
Mm.
Just had a right mess, isn't it? This whole thing. Obviously, Sarge is fuming about it, and Councillor Craig is probably on a plane, he says, to the other side of the world. Lacey does leave this argument, and when he later catches up with her, there's a bit more. There's a bit more going through. When he goes to the apartment, and they've had a chance to calm down.
Mm.
They sort of agree to put their differences aside, don't they, a bit? And
Mm.
she sort of agrees, and they actually physically shake on it that she's going to drop drop what she's doing and leave well alone. Did we believe her? Did we heck?
Yes.
Can't trust a thing this girl says or does, can we?
She's so unpredictable, isn't she? That's the problem.
Yeah. Lacey convinces Joe to continue with another hypnotherapy session, and whoa, it brings out a bit more detail, doesn't it? This hypnotherapy again. Just keep her on. She'll tell us the whole shebang. Why do we keep bringing her around? It is very convenient, this hypnosis, isn't it? You know, when we need to know a bit more information in the plot.
Very.
Look into my eyes, look into my eyes, look around the eyes.
look in the eyes, look around the eyes.
Oh, look, we're at the next plot point. And you're back in the room.
I love it.
Yes, she sees the third party person, but not his head. He comes over to the car, doesn't he, and checks for a pulse. Yes. Did you clock Sarge with a weird hand thing?
No. Explain.
When he was, after when Lacey leaves and he's looking at the book, with the name, he's taking a picture.
Oh,
and then
yes.
It's like he drops his phone and he sort of clenches his fist as if he's, about to. Is he having some sort of? Has he got some sort of? Have we got a medical thing coming?
I didn't know. I do remember this now. When you said hand thing, I didn't go here immediately, but I do remember this. And actually, I was going to ask you about it because I wasn't sure whether he was supposed to be making a fist as if he wanted to punch him, or whether he'd got like arthritis.
Yeah, spasm.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what's
going on with his hand?
And then I thought, is he having like a stress stroke?
Oh.
Is there something under? Was that like right? Let's just write this down because I feel like that's going to come up, and we're going to be like, "Oh, the hand thing." we had a clue, and we're not going to remember this in January if we don't see it.
Oh God, no, we're not going to remember this at all. Yeah, it was weird because he took a photo of it was the condolence book, wasn't it? And his signature.
Yeah.
He took a photo of it, and then he kind of did a weird thing and dropped his phone, and I couldn't work out because I was like, did he just shake his fist at the book? Like, is that what he was doing, or was it like arthritis, or he'd hurt? He was gripping his phone so hard out of anger that it's hurt his hand. I couldn't work out what was going on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so okay. So I was taking some sort of medical episode is about to ensue. Let's see what happens there. We've made a note now. I've actually made a note. So we'll see.
Okay.
See what happens there. Maybe one to watch.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? And so we've got more detail now. About it's definitely a man, check the pulse. This then means that Lacey, armed with this evidence, sort of starts to threaten the counsellor more, doesn't she? And actually, behind her dad's back, agrees to meet him.
Yes.
This counsellor, which you just know is going to end well, don't you?
It's just I mean, again, it sort of brings me back to what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with the hypnotherapy, where I was like, how accurate is this memory?
Yeah.
How accurate is this? Are we definitely sure that this person did walk up to the car and do this, or is this just Joe's brain making this up? I don't know, but Lacey seems so convinced that it's true that she's she's just willing to just put everything on the line and say, I saw you go up to the window of the car, and I want to meet you and I want to talk about it. I don't know how I feel about that, really.
It's really dangerous. It's really stupid.
Yeah, it is
Maybe
stupid.
especially a girl of her age and built like. But does she have the sort of swagger we wouldn't? Because she's hung around with much more dangerous, hasn't she? Do you know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
she's come from a world that isn't very sheltered. I don't know. She's been estranged from her family. She's been with all these thugs. She might not bat an eyelid at the odd threat on a voicemail. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And meeting
that's
up with
true.
somebody.
We don't
Most
know
people,
what Gage got her doing, do we? As well, because
yeah,
obviously Gage
mm,
was wrong, and she was hanging out with him, and we don't know what he got her involved with and what she has been
yeah.
capable of doing in the past to survive. I guess.
Yeah, I think she's seeing red as well, and I don't think she got the blinkers on. I don't think she's
Yeah.
listening. I
No.
don't think she's accepting any reason from any direction.
No.
She's just hell bent now because she's so close, and this is the anger's just surfaced, and this is how
Mm.
it's presented itself in her.
I
You
think
know?
that's why I'm finding it difficult though, because I think she could mess this up so easily, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah,
she
yeah,
puts her foot wrong and she doesn't catch him out, or like he doubles down, or he manages to convince someone to give him an alibi or whatever, she's given him too much information almost for
yeah.
him to then try and cover this up. And I was kind of watching it thinking, oh, you're just going too hard at this too
Mm,
quickly.
mm,
And it feels like a mistake. It feels like she should have told her dad at this point, or she should have got more help.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she's so overconfident that it's not even that long ago when she was saying to Theo, I was right, it was Joe's fault, the accident, she killed mom, she drove her into the tree, she was driving dangerously or whatever. She said, I'm right, it was Joe's fault. And now, not even a month later, it's, oh, this guy, it's his fault and I'm right and I'm gonna prove it. And it's like, you've been wrong before, but you're not willing to look at
Mm,
look at yourself and see
mm.
and admit that you've been wrong. And maybe you haven't got all the facts yet either. And maybe that you're going a bit too quickly down this road now.
Yeah. Yeah, I
She's
think
very
she's just sort of
fiery.
follow it. Yeah, she is, and she just follows the shiniest light and
Yeah,
thinks that is it, that
it's
is it, that is it. And
dangerous.
she's making so many mistakes along the way. I
Mm,
mean, you're right, she's like no help, top secret. She's going to meet this guy,
mm,
peppered throughout the wedding, which we'll come to later in the week, because obviously it's all happening because
yeah.
it's the season finale, not. Um, you know, Theo is on his phone, isn't he? There's this
Mm,
sort of building to all this, isn't it? Whether
mm,
him trying to get hold of her and she's saying no, I can't come, and then weirdly she comes. I don't think the timeline quite worked. She sort of said she was staying.
mm,
She was late to the wedding, wasn't she? Because she was doing the hypnotherapy session with Joe,
yeah.
and then finally answers the phone, and she says to Theo she's not coming, and then she turns up asking him to come with her
Mm,
to go and meet him. So there must have been sort of when she got to the crux, there must have been like a quiver of doubt, like, oh
mm,
shit, maybe I should take someone with me.
yeah.
Um, but actually, they end up rowing again, which
Mm,
then tells me, right, okay, now we know why we've had them at loggerheads and building, because it ends up being a bit of a screaming match at this wedding out of nowhere.
mm,
Of like, you're being silly. I can't believe you're doing this. You're not meeting him, and she's like, I am, with or without you, kind of thing.
mm,
Um, Leah's trying to stop him, saying, and she's bang on, Leah. Every
yeah.
time this
Mm,
girl, she is trouble. Every time she clicks, she go running. You
mm,
know, and Leah, to her, to a detriment, to a credit, however you want to look at this, says, don't come crying to me when this all goes wrong, because it will.
mm,
And of course she would have been there for him.
yeah. Yeah.
But I think Leah's even fed up of all this.
Mm.
Running after Lacey all the time. Lacey's out of order. She's crossed the line.
Well, Leah's
Of
already
course.
been at a bedside in the hospital when he's been under a car, hasn't
Hmm.
she? And she's already
Yep.
had people come into the house and, worried
Yep.
that the River Boys are going to turn up on her doorstep. And
Yep. Yep. She's got a bad feeling, and she's right to, hasn't
yeah,
she? You
mm,
trust your gut. This feels wrong. This feels bad. This isn't
mm,
a politician. Like Leah said to Justin, he's got a lot to lose.
mm,
He's got his reputation. He's a public figure. He'll go to a lot of lengths to cover things up. And this is why she feels nervous about all this.
mm,
And what did Lacey expect to do when she met him? She
yeah,
says she wanted to get a confession out of him, but she didn't seem prepared for a confession, did she? She didn't try and covertly record him.
mm,
She didn't, do you know what I mean?
mm,
She takes Theo up in the car onto a really remote road, He's hiding out of sight. She just says to gets out in front of the headlights like they do on TV. Leave the headlights on.
Yeah.
And just basically says, confess or I'm going to the media. Okay, I'll confess then. What? Just like that?
Yeah, never gonna happen.
She couldn't
was
have
it?
believed that.
No.
Surely.
And she wasn't even recording him or anything. Like, she hadn't got a recorder on her phone of a video or anything.
Yeah. She wouldn't even say to Theo, you record this while I,
Yeah.
have this conversation with him.
Or
Nothing. There was no. It was
Dash
quite.
cam. There's no dash cam footage. There's nothing. What was
No.
their plan? Just go and say. This is the overconfidence that I don't understand. She thinks that she can twist his arm just by saying, "I'm going to go and tell people." So, just go and confess before I do it. And she thought that was enough. She knows this guy has lived with the secret for 2 years. And it's not it's not eaten him up. It's not changed his life. It's not made him, fall off the wagon or, have a mental breakdown. His life has carried on. He must be pretty strong-minded to do that, to know that he's caused it. It might have been an accident. It might have, might not be at fault. It might have genuinely been an accident that killed her mum. But it's his fault the accident happened. And yet he's managed, his conscience has managed to put that aside for 2 years. So this is a guy that's not that ethically...
Very true, actually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Only an idiot would do this.
Yeah.
Lacey.
This guy's got to be... He's got to be dangerous, because a normal person wouldn't just go back to normal after killing somebody.
Yep, this is it. Above all that, he's capable of it, and that he doesn't, he's still sleeping at night, doing his thing.
Doing his job.
You're right.
He even has the balls to go to someone's funeral. He even has the balls to sign the condolence book. He even has the balls to go to the police station and confront the man's husband, who he must have seen at the funeral. He must have seen David. He must know who he was. He must have seen him grieving. He must have seen the kids grieving. And he's got the balls to front it out. So this man isn't like someone to be trifled with.
Yeah, no, definitely. So he then agrees, doesn't he, to this confession, because she says some details that corroborates what happened, that she got from Joe. So he gets in the car, and as she's walking off, he revs and charges the car at her. He's going to run her over. And I mean, I don't know how he did it, but he must have, warped to her out of the car, because Theo he got out of that car fast, didn't he?
He flew, didn't he? Yeah. God, I don't know how he did
it. And manages to push her out of the way. Now, we don't see much. There's headlights, there's screaming, there's, pushing and things. We don't see much to it. But then when we come to, Lacey turns around, he's gone, and the car sped off, and Theo is lifeless on the floor. R.I.P. Theo Poulos. He's been killed. And it's Lacey's doing. She lured him there to his death. This is horrendous, isn't it? What a dramatic way.
What a way to go. I think this is the kind of way that if I was a soap actor and I had to be killed off, I think this is the kind of thing I would do.
Yeah.
In fact,
bit of action.
When I went to see Lynn recently, when she came to do a farewell Irene tour, one of the things she did say, one of the sort of stories she told us, was someone asked her about her exit and did she have any input into it. And I think we've seen this before in videos and interviews online, where she said initially she just wanted to be hit by a bus outside the diner.
Yeah, she said that, mine, yeah.
And that is the most dramatic kind of way you could go, really, isn't it? Just being 1 minute you're there, 1 minute you're not. It's shocking, It's a big, moment, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like Lynn was saying that, though, because it's no work then.
That's true.
Whereas her storyline was a lot of work.
It was a lot, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like 14-hour days at the end. They were killing me, doll.
Oh, bless her. Yes.
Whereas if she'd have just had to film getting hit by a bus, then that would have done.
Lie on a stretcher. Yeah, it's easier, isn't it?
Yeah. When you're an actor and your character's in a coma, I bet you go, yes.
I bet that's great. Just get in the bed.
Everybody else learn the lines around me.
Oh dear. Let's have a nap for a bit. Yeah.
So, Theo, dead. We were talking at the top of the episode, what a shocking way to go, brave way to do it. This was a big, dramatic, sort of would have been the cliffhanger if we didn't have our extension. Loved it. And I was shocked, when I watched it. And not on top of that, we've then got the fallout. Very quickly we end up with scenes, the police arriving at Leah's to tell her and take her there, and she's running and she's trying to see the body, and we've got Lacey just lifeless on the floor. Another close person to her is lost now. What's going to happen here? All these questions. What's going to happen with? Leah Leah goes into this almost trance. This sort of. She's in shock, isn't she? I don't think Justin knows what to do or say. She is. She's called Cassandra, which is his mum. No mention of her brother though, which was odd. But maybe it's coming.
Oh yeah. Well, he beat the crap out of him, didn't he?
It doesn't mean he shouldn't know that he's dead though. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This is what I mean. There's these ripples now, isn't there, with a character like Theo? Something that we didn't get last year with Perry's dad, because that was like
true.
it.
Yeah.
Other than obviously Perry's court case, there was nothing that affected multiple characters. This does.
Yeah.
And word's not out yet. While this is all going on, it's Cash and Eden's wedding.
Yeah.
They're oblivious.
And everyone that attended the wedding is too busy to know what's happening as well.
Yeah. So we've still yet the Bay to find out, You mentioned earlier, the next day we do get scenes the next day, and it seems like word isn't out yet about it, but Alf and Marilyn have found out.
Justin said he phoned Marilyn to say that Leah wasn't going to be at work, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, over breakfast. Oh God, when he was cooking that breakfast.
Oh, that
because he's not spoken.
No, I know, because he's letting her grieve, isn't he?
Yeah, and he had a bit of a quiet moment to himself. I loved it.
That
It was
made me
just
sad.
done so well.
Yeah.
Because
like
he
found a moment to grieve on his own, didn't he? Basically, because I think Justin's. Obviously he's very close to Theo. I'd argue that he's more close to Theo than Leah is. He spends all his day with him at the garage, and he's the band manager. And
how many times did they say over the years as well?
Yeah,
that he was like a son to him.
I know. And yet he's letting Leah grieve. He's putting Leah first and like making her breakfast. But that moment was him just being in a quiet moment on his own to let his own grief out, wasn't it? That actually broke me.
Yeah, same.
Watching him cry. Oh, it's
a
horrible.
scene with no words, yet it told us everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was so powerful. And then even when, Alf and Marilyn come in, and then everyone just breaks down, I was like, oh, shit. Shit. I thought I was going to go, and I thought, blimey, and it wasn't necessarily because he's gone in such an action-filled way. It was just that reminder that these characters are all sort of in it together and there for each other.
Yeah.
And that's just something you can't buy in life, innit? Do you know what I mean? And it just sort of when something bad happens in the Bay, it just sort of brings in that sentiment, that feeling of community and togetherness that is often fragmented when everyone's in the humdrum of their storylines,
Yeah, definitely.
It was really, really emotional. And then I'm snapped out of it because Lacey wants to speak to her to let her know that he saved my life, and I'm like, what? I was sort of Team Leah at this point, although are you worried about Leah?
I am, actually, and I've actually got a bit of a problem with how this storyline's ended. Not in terms of Theo and not in terms of Leah, but in terms of Theo's relationship with Lacey. I don't know whether you feel the same way, but obviously before this was happening, there was loads of little things going on in the week where Theo was trying to plan this romantic getaway to Tasmania. Do you remember? He booked them a
Yeah, yeah,
holiday, and
yeah.
he kept trying to talk to her and say, "Oh, I've booked us a holiday to Tasmania," and she kept saying, "Oh, I've got to go and see my sister, or I've got to go and do this and whatever," and ignoring him. And I was like, this is actually quite horrible. It's quite a one-sided relationship and exchange at the moment. And then at the wedding, he's on his own again, and she's not there. She's doing stuff with her sister. She's blackmailing this guy. She's running around doing X, Y, and Z. And he's at the
Yeah.
wedding, and all he's thinking about is her. And he's talking to Leah and Justin and saying, "Oh, I think she's the one, and I think it's forever, and I think, till death do us part." And, he's caught up in the romance of the wedding and all that stuff. Then he catches the bouquet. Marilyn already said something about how Lacey's going to be family one day. There's loads of little signs
Yeah,
and
yeah,
little
yeah.
hints towards him thinking that he wants to propose, or he wants to, make her his girl
She's
forever
the
or
one.
whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't feel, and I don't know whether it's me, and I was going to ask you this as well. I don't feel that she felt the same way about him, and I feel like it's really even more obvious now that he's died, because she's not upset like I'm expecting her to be for someone who's lost the love of her life. And I feel like if it had been her that hit by the
That's right.
car,
Yeah.
I think Theo would have fallen apart, and Theo would be a mess, and he would be crying, and he'd be, emotional. But she's almost cold.
No, you're right, actually. Well, for a start, she's dressed and she's out of the house.
Yeah.
She's out with father, with dad, isn't she?
Mm,
Talking about it all. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right, actually. Do you know what I think? She's made it about her as
Yeah.
well.
And it's her fault. This is why I'm struggling, because she's meant to be in love with him, and he's thinking he wants to marry her and be with her for the rest of his life. And
Mm,
she's caused his death. She's dragged him into this. It's her fault that this has happened. It's her fault that he's dead.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't feel guilt from her. I don't feel like she's lost the love of her life from her soulmate or whatever. I feel like she's just like it's just another bad day in
yeah.
Lacey's life.
Yeah, you're right. And there's conversations, isn't there, about you need to catch him. You still need to
Yeah,
catch the guy. And you're like, yeah, but your boyfriend's dead.
yeah. And
Maybe it's
how do you feel about that? She hasn't actually said that she's upset or anything. I'm finding it a bit odd.
no, you're right. It's really odd. Cold is a good word for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, she perhaps didn't reciprocate the feeling. I don't know whether they were. I wasn't really sold on them anyway. It just was
No.
like a one long nag, as I've said before.
Hmm.
But so when Theo was saying all those things in the run up to this bad situation,
Hmm.
for me it was a bit false anyway. I was a bit
Hmm.
like, oh yeah, whatever. But you're right. If you take a step back out of the action for a minute, yeah, she's not upset. She's not acting like someone who's just lost.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And that's even more sad, isn't it? Because he
yeah,
died for the person he wanted in his life for the rest of his life. And she's like, "Oh, he's died."
yeah. But he was saving me. He was saving me. He was a hero. Like
Yeah.
this is a person's life.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it just makes me feel a
Mm,
bit strange the way they've ended their relationship. To me feels a bit odd. And it's
yeah,
almost
no, I think you're
it's
right.
almost sadder because he died for her and she's like, "Oh, well done."
Yeah. It'd be interesting now because Lacey needs all the fans she can get.
Mm,
And like you say, with this sort of attitude and this reaction after this happening at her hand,
mm.
it'll be interesting there's going to be a backlash here.
Yeah.
Horrendous backlash. Mm,
And then how does she come back? Not just the fan base, obviously us at home screaming at the TV, but how does she come back as a character on the show who, when this gets out, and all the people that I think there's going to be a bigger reaction from other people that find out about his death. There's going to be a bigger reaction from Lyric and everybody else who find out
mm,
that he's died. They're going to be way more upset than she is, and then they're going to go on the attack, aren't they? Because obviously Leah's
mm,
going to tell everybody it's her. She got him caught up in this thing again, and he pushed her and pushed her out the way and got hit by the car, and she shouldn't have been there. And they had an argument, and I told him not to go, and blah blah blah. This all comes out in the wash. Everyone else is going to be really upset that he's died and that it's her fault. How does she then come back as as a character that's probably going to be on the show for a couple of years, how does she reintegrate
Yeah.
into the Bay?
How does that even look? Yeah. How does
Yeah.
that look? And every time she'll attempt redemption, we're not going to buy it after this, are
No.
we? It's going to be a very hard sell, this.
It's
Very hard sell.
And it's off the back of her making her sister's life hell for 2 years and calling her sister a
Yeah.
murderer and a killer and everything else. And now
Yeah.
she ironically, her sister didn't kill her mum. You know, it's genuinely an accident. But Lacey, I'm sorry, but she's just as guilty as this guy that's run Theo over. She dragged him into this and got him killed.
Heard it here first, people. Heard
Mm,
it here first. She even looks just
struggling.
annoyed at the check-in reminder to her flight to Tassie.
She did actually said, "Oh, just a stupid reminder." And if you were grieving somebody and you were meant to be going on holiday with them because you love them so much and you want to go on a nice romantic break with them, that would make you upset. It would
It'd
be
send you west, that, because
yeah,
that's like where you should be right now.
yeah. It's not
know?
fair. She should be saying it's not fair that he died. He should be here. We should be on a plane right now. We should be going somewhere. We should be happy together. We should be, all the shoulds. And she's just going, "Oh, stupid reminder."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's odd, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
We're going to enter some interesting territory here. Now, I wanted to mention, because I'm with Leah. I'm with Leah telling her to back off
Me
right
too.
now.
Yeah.
What I am concerned about is Leah's. I think it's supposed to be denial,
Mm.
but the whole we didn't see his body bag, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Is her? I'm just worried about what it's done to Leah.
Her mental health, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I'm just a bit worried about where that's going to go. Because despite what I think of her, she's you do sort of want to protect her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
her
I just,
mood is gonna really swing the direction of the show.
Yeah, of course it is.
If she's grieving, that's a huge main character to be grieving, and all the people surrounding her are going to be supporting her. All those big names, Marilyn, Mr. Stewart, Justin, Rue, everyone's going to be all. It's going to be all about Leah for ages.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, I think. Where we go from here, and like I say, the repercussions, and that's why this was a brave choice. And as I say, I think this is telling me a lot about what we're going to go into next year. I think it really is. So we're a man down. And it's a sad thing. And we're going to be left with horrendous fallout, I think. I'm going to miss Theo and Buried Alive, and
I know.
It's been a good old journey.
At the beginning, he was a character that we loved to hate, wasn't he? Let's face
Third wheel. Come on, it's third wheel Theo.
Third wheel Theo. Yeah, stealing the Polaris, burying Ryder, burying Mr. Stewart's grandson alive. I mean, for God's sake, you know what I mean? Like massive storylines. We love to hate him, and obviously he was going after Chloe when Ryder was meant to be dating her, and all of that sort of stuff. And then he did turn a corner. He did turn a massive corner, and we did, learn to love Theo in the end. And then when we found out his backstory, his dad, beating him up and all the horrible things he did to him, you kind of then went, oh, get it now, and get the bravado. That's just him on the surface. That's not who he is deep down. And then obviously the band, working in the garage, working towards his apprenticeship, and all the lovely sort of friendships he's had in the Bay as well, and being everyone's confidant, and being that person that everyone sort of goes to for advice, and him actually being very good at giving that advice, even though he's, compared to some of the other cast, he's quite young, isn't he, in comparison?
Yeah,
I think we will
he's
miss
the home
him.
and away story. He is the home and away fixer-upper.
Yeah.
He's a classic Homer's character.
Yes.
He got fixed, came to the Bay, got fixed up, and became a lovely young man.
Yeah.
And it's a proper home and away success story. What a bittersweet ending, And we'll see where we go from here with the old Auntie Leah. Elsewhere in the Bay, Dana seems very upset again at Sonny. You'll know that there is this wedding happening, of course, and he's getting all suited and booted, trying his suit on and everything, and she's stuck looking after her eye patch sister over there. And basically, it's her choice, by the way, but, she's over there folding Harper's washing, and I'm sure I'd manage that with one eye shut, let me tell you. But yeah, it's a sister. You'd understand why she's doing that. And Harper does try and speak to Dana, doesn't she, about how unreasonable she's being. And it's about time. And we were saying last week, weren't we, Sophie, about, someone needs to call Harper out, Dana out on this.
Yeah.
Like someone needs to stand up to her and say that she's being
A monster.
dreadful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, they do sit down eventually and talk about things properly, thankfully. He's not a mind reader, Harper's told Dana, so go and sort it out. And he basically says, I'm not going to go to this wedding. There's this weird scene, isn't there, where she's like, don't want you to go, but I don't want to say it. And it's like, are we going? Are we not going?
I'm really upset about this. I'm really, really upset about this. And I texted you because I was so mad about this scene. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that we might not be able to have all of the cast members at the wedding. And I get that we do have to come up with an excuse as to why they're not there. I get it. But why did we have to trash Dana so badly to get her out of the wedding?
I know. She's really not come off good here, has she, at all?
Really bad. And like the thing that I struggled with the most with this storyline is obviously he said, "You don't want me to go to the wedding, do you?" And just tell me because I'm not a mind reader. And she does say, "I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go to the wedding and have fun with your friends." He didn't ask her why. Why don't you want me to go? So that he could reassure her of whatever the problem was.
Yeah.
That felt like an oversight that we didn't even know what her problem was. So I'm kind of filling in the blanks because I don't know why. And I'm like, is she possessive? Is she jealous?
Yeah.
This is one of his friends. Eden is one of his oldest friends. And she's asked him not to go to the. It's not like it's just some random at work. You know what I mean? That he just barely knows. This is
I really don't like this side of her. I really don't like this side. And like, it was an accident. Harper's tried to tell you that. She herself has told you, stop. It's like she wants to punish him.
I know.
For it.
It's horrible.
And it's like, why won't he just tell her to shut up?
Well, I think if I was him, I would have been like, can you tell me why you don't want me to go? Because then we can have a proper conversation about what the issue is so I can understand what your thought pattern is. Because is it that you don't want me to go and get drunk and you think I'm going to get hit on by a random woman? Is it that you don't like the idea of me going and you not going because you're going to get FOMO and it's all about you being selfish? Is it that? What is the issue here? Because I really don't understand it. And like you say, this is a horrible character trait for Dana to have, and it doesn't feel like it's compatible with the rest of her personality to me.
No, and I feel like I'm a bit blindsided by it. It doesn't. It's
Why didn't he stand up for himself? Why didn't he say Eden's a really, really good friend and she's getting married, which is something I never thought she would do because we used to get told back in the day, remember, that Eden was not a one-man woman and all that crap. Do you remember?
New town, new guy.
Exactly. Like she's not one to take a husband. So this is a big deal, and she's marrying Cash, and like he's friends with both of them. He's known Eden for a long time. All of Sonny's friends are going to the wedding. If he doesn't go, it's a bit shit. Like if you were Eden, you'd be like, "That's a bit shit, mate. That you're just ditching it because your girlfriend's sister's eyes hurts."
Yeah.
It's a bit shit, isn't it? It's a bit shit.
It is a bit, and like I'm sure Harper can manage. Like, she's got a sore eye. I'm sorry. I'm like coming back to this hilarious eye thing.
Imagine if you invited me to your you let's say you renew your vows, and you invite me to your wedding, and I say I can't go because my fella's brother's eye hurts.
I'd be like, "Are you taking the piss?"
And he doesn't want me to go to the wedding on my own because he wants to fold the washing of his brother because his brother's got one eye at the moment, and he wants me to sit and watch him fold the washing. I don't get it. Sorry.
No, she gets off the hook as well, which is even more annoying because when he actually agrees to not go to the wedding and they go on Mind Archie all day, he ends up having a really good time and he says how he loves it. And then I think we're starting to go down a sort of broody stuff. But like, she's off the hook because he's ended up having a good day, and I'm like, oh,
No.
this wasn't what was supposed to happen.
And I feel like it was an excuse to sort of tell us that they can't go to the wedding, and this is the reason why they can't go to the wedding, because they maybe weren't rostered on that day or whatever.
Yeah.
Come up with something else, please. Like, just come up with something else to say they couldn't go to the wedding.
Yeah. You don't have to assassinate all the characters just so that they're not at that particular location. Yeah, please.
Please don't do it.
I'm hoping this is all forgotten about next week, like any bad storyline should be.
True.
Now, the morning of the wedding hath arrived. Eek! We're finally here. They're at the venue. Cash and Eden are looking really happy, which is so nice to see, actually, because it's been a long road here, hasn't it? A long old road. And yeah, there was a lot of head banging. At one point, we thought this would never happen, didn't we? And you and I, it's on the internet, said we didn't want it. It's so far gone. But here we are, and we've accepted it. So, we've done a right number on us. Dad's there, Mum's there, the whole Fowler clan is looking good, isn't it? And Dad's not even bothered about walking her down the aisle after all that. Not even bothered. He's just happy to be there, Soph. What was that drama about the other week? Jesus Christ.
It was Ab's drama. Nothing to do with Eden or the dad. It was all Abby.
Do you know who else is there?
Gary!
Gary
Morrow! Love of my
He's
life.
looking well for someone without a pancreas.
Oh, no. Was it pancreas?
Was it his pancreas?
It was appendix, wasn't it?
Something blew up.
His appendix came out recently. Yeah. Key old doll. Out in a day. It's fine.
Out in a jiff. Yeah. Now, what's going on here? He's very acquainted with Debs, isn't he?
Yes.
Very familiar with Debs.
Very familiar. I think they've been texting since they met at the engagement party.
Yeah, there's a bit of something there. Unless they're just...
It was funny timing because Eden's dad said, "Oh, you've not got a +1 or something." She was like, "Oh no! Oh, hi, Gary."
Yeah. Hi, Debs. What a coincidence!
Fancy seeing you here. Shocker.
Like, what's she called on Muriel's wedding?
Oh.
Can't
think.
I can see her face. Not Marjorie, is it?
No.
Bill! What a coincidence!
Isn't it?
It was one of those, wasn't it? So, the wedding dress. What was your thoughts on the wedding dress? The infamous 12K wedding dress.
Hey, oh my god, I can't believe it cost that much. But anyway, it's insane. It's only just a bit of tulle and lace. I was like, blooming heck, she's been conned. It was lovely though. It was lovely.
It was Eden, wasn't it? She's not a white dress gal.
No, I mean, I think it was good because she kept saying traditional wedding, and I kept thinking, oh no, like she's not a traditional gal. She's alternative. She's a bit rocky. She's a bit this, bit that. So actually, it looked quite traditional, but then it obviously had that kind of twist, that kind of alternative twist to it, which I thought was very Eden actually. And I did think it really suited her. She did look gorgeous. So I was happy with the dress, but that's a better dress than some of the dresses we've had in weddings on Home and Away.
I agree. I liked it for her. I think, like, if another character wore it, I'd think it was hideous.
Yes, I
I'd be
think
like, no, it's not. You
it
know,
was very Eden. But if you'd put Eden in the dress that, let's say Leah wore last year, I wouldn't have been happy.
yeah,
Or if you put her in the one that Flick wore, I wouldn't have been happy
yeah,
because it
yeah.
wouldn't be very Eden. I think this was very Eden. I think
It
she
was a
looked
good
great.
fit. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, and I think it was worth the fight. Abs, well done.
Mm.
Not worth the money though. I do agree. I do
Mm.
agree. Now she walks down the aisle to that piano version of "Song for
Deirdre!
Cash."
Sorry, I just remembered Deirdre is Muriel's wedding.
Well done, Deirdre Chambers. Well done. We've got a full name now. The hell did that come from?
I don't know, I just went Deirdre!
Deirdre Chambers. What
That's
a
the one.
coincidence. Yes,
Bill!
well done.
Sorry. I get there eventually.
I want to watch that now.
It's either that or I text you at 2 a.m, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done, bloody hell. Where was it? We're walking down the aisle to Song for Cash. It was quite nice. I quite liked that little add-on. You know, Remy on the guitar. You know, what else is it good? Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I thought it was a really nice wedding, actually. Gary does his little speech on behalf of Cash's parents. Again, very home and away, this. When we talk about sort of Theo being a good home and away story, this was like a, you know, through the foster system. I fostered him, and talking about his mum and dad, and you know, this just felt so homers to me.
Yes. Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it. So good. As wedding goes, sometimes they can be a bit tedious, can't they? I was getting sort of Justin and Leah wedding vibes. Do you remember how we praised Justin and Leah's wedding for being like the whole episode, and we saw it all, and then we saw the afterwards, and we saw the speeches, and we saw the meal, and we saw the dancing. They've done it justice again. They did the same thing again. We saw
really
the
good.
whole shebang, didn't we?
Yeah, it was really, really good. And obviously, I think having JP do the ceremony has made it really,
Yeah,
you know,
it works so well.
it does. Because it's not some random that you're going, who's this? You know what I mean? It's somebody that we
Yeah.
know. And he did such a good job of being a celebrant. I think he was brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. I did enjoy Cash going off script. There was this massive deal made about his vows. He puts them away and talks from the heart.
Ah.
So yeah.
Is returned.
I was waiting for it when he got his paper out. I thought, here we go.
D is for diamond. It reminded me of the Ross from Friends thing. You remember when he was like,
yes.
What did he spell out? I can't remember.
That's probably where they got it from.
Oh yeah.
The inspo, yeah.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous anyway. And once John clocked off, he mentioned he's off to Paris. Done. He's off to Paris to meet Rini. So that was that. It was all happening in this finale. It was all happening. All the characters going here, there, and everywhere. It was a gorgeous wedding. It'll be interesting to see how they feel when they hear the news about what happened to one of their guests, I will say. And it's not just anybody, is it? It's Theo. You know, it's sad. Now back in the bay whilst the wedding's going on, really good job whilst the wedding was just such joy. That light and shade stuff again that the show is so good for. We've got Mac back in the bay. She told her mum about the baby, hadn't she? Her and Levi have just agreed at this point, just telling everyone. They're on cloud 9, aren't they? And then Mac starts bleeding. And this is what we feared, wasn't it? So really, I think you're too good to be true. You said last week, you weren't. You just couldn't see.
No.
I think I wanted it to be the point where Mac's look starts to turn. But there was always that niggle, isn't there, of like Mac can never be happy. Nothing ever happy happens.
It was just
Levi,
too over the top for me for it to be believable that it was going to go.
Yeah. Like you just knew it was gonna. Yeah. It's. I still think this is just horrendously heartbreaking. though. I really do. Even given the contrived nature of the run up. She's bleeding. I mean, I've written in my notes shit. Levi goes all doctor, no pain, no cramps. They get to the hospital. checked, to get checked and monitored. Everything's going to be okay. He's reassuring her. Now, I think what the show did really well here, and I'm actually going to praise them for it, is we didn't follow them to the hospital. We went off to the joyous wedding and then came back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's interesting because so many times in these soaps, you'll visit Levi in the waiting room pacing, and and the nurse is in, and the doc, and you see, it's very. We've seen it all before, haven't we? What happens here is he's reassuring her. They leave the house. The next scene, they're back, and there's not even no words. They don't say it. They've still not said it. She just breaks down in his arms, doesn't she? And that's all we see. That's the next thing we see. So we, the audience, then have that realization, and no one's even said the words. Too difficult to say, you might even say. I thought that was a really interesting way that they did it, and I quite enjoyed it in a weird way.
Yeah. I'm just not sure about the timing of this. Because of the fact that I mean, I don't understand the IVF thing at all. I'll be honest. I'm really struggling with the timeline of the IVF, how it works, the implantation to being pregnant, and then telling everybody. I found this has been really this last few days has been really quick. From going from we're going to go and get implanted to we're telling everybody we're pregnant to the miscarriage has been so fast, much faster than all the trigger injections and all that crap that happened before. That it's kind of took me out of it a little bit. Not only that, but the timeline. Why did she have to miscarry the day before the wedding? The day before the wedding that is so important because it's healing the Fowler family finally. Everyone's moving forward. He's giving his sister away. It's supposed to be a big family joyous occasion. And yet we've got Levi torn between giving his sister away and being at home with Mac. And I don't know why. I don't think we needed this. I think we had so much else going on this week with Lacey and the counsellor guy with the wedding and everything else. I don't think we needed the miscarriage to happen this week. I mean, it's made it more dramatic, let's be honest. But it's a choice, and I don't know whether I would have gone with it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm listening to you. I feel like the week was written as a finale for us. So therefore, every sort of current storyline has sort of ended up at some massive climax because the idea is you'll still come back in 6 weeks' time and we'll tune back in.
True.
I think I'm giving it a pass because I'm trying to put my head in that space. We have probably watched it not really as it was intended. We have. You're right. There's a lot gone on this week. I've loved the week for it, though. You're right. I think even without this happening, there's still a hell. We've killed a character. We've got the fallout from that. The wedding, the run up to that, and like you say, the family dynamics going on. There was there was enough. Let me think about it. Let me think about whether it's too much.
Think about this. So we could have gone into Christmas break and had all the Christmas break thinking that Mac's having a baby. And we've got that good news, that hope, that kind of... But we haven't got that. We've got... She's been pregnant for 2 days and had a miscarriage.
Yeah, okay.
It's tragic, but is it unnecessarily tragic? I don't know.
I think it's very Mac. I do think it's very Mac. And I don't know how the woman is still functioning. I really don't. After what she's been through over the years, I really don't. I found it moving. I think because I've not thought of it like you have. Maybe when I tune back in next week, I might look a bit differently now. Now you've told me that. Maybe I'll let you know. I'm sure on next week's pod. You're right. That whole toying with the wedding thing and Levi constantly calling, Marley was good, wasn't he? He offered to look after her, bless.
Yeah, which is a shame again, and I think it is just possibly another excuse because we couldn't have Mac at the wedding for
Mac
whatever
at the
reason.
wedding.
We couldn't
Yeah.
have Marley at the wedding for whatever reason. Not that Abby
Yeah.
noticed, she was too busy flirting with Tane, but
Didn't
whatever.
even ask, did she?
Didn't
Yeah.
even mention him, doll. Didn't even know he wasn't there. I think he can probably just say, "Oh yeah, it was great, loved it," and she'd probably go, "Oh yeah, it was," and I organised it all. It was obviously a reason to keep those two out of the wedding and have a reason to the audience to say these two aren't there because Max had a miscarriage and Marley's looking after her, and that's why they're not at the wedding. And again, I don't know whether I would have gone with that as the reason, but it just made Levi really caught, and it was like the Sonny thing. Sonny had to choose between his friend that he's known for years getting married and his girlfriend that's acting a bit weird and selfish and possessive.
Yeah.
And that was a weird
Yeah.
choice. And then we've got Levi, who has just got his sister back in his life. His sister, who, by the way, we know holds a grudge for a bloody long time. So if he hadn't walked down the aisle, would that have been another family Fowler therapy session in the future? Because
Well, that's true.
pissed off at him for not going through with it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm glad he went in the end for that reason.
God,
because it did cross my mind, I will say. Yeah.
But then we've got him, his family's healing, but then his new family that he's trying to build is falling apart. And it was just like, oh, I don't think I needed it, but yeah, I can see why we've done it.
I'm not baby, but I think I would have rather of them. I just wanted this to be happy. I think I'm mixed about this. I think I found it powerful. I thought Emily's performance was superb. Always is.
Yeah.
And I think this is why Matt gets all the shit. Because she's just so good at it,
Yeah, it is in their wheelhouse, isn't it, to do these kind of scenes?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, she just keeps getting given more of it. I'm just like, I'm thinking now, right, 3 embryos. I don't know whether these guys have got it in them, and will their relationship survive this?
Yeah.
There was loads of talk about before, when they were happy and expecting it, like what we've overcome. They mentioned about there was a funny line about them being good at keeping secrets. Not anymore, clearly.
Clearly not. Yeah.
A bit of reminiscing about their relationship. Don't know what's going to go on here.
No.
Makes me nervous, regardless. But yeah, Emily's performance is probably the only thing out of it that I took from it that I sort of enjoyed as a sort of consumer.
Yes.
Of the product, if that makes sense. Am I making any sense? I'm saying words, aren't I?
No, I get it, because I think I agree with you in that respect, definitely, because I think I enjoyed her performance more when she was sad, which sounds terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds awful, but it was more relatable and it was more kind of interesting to watch than when she was sat writing in the journal all happy. I was like, oh, I'm not feeling this. I didn't feel anything for that scene at all.
We preferred her ripping it up.
Yeah, because I don't know. I can't. Yeah. It sounds awful to say it out loud, but for me, because it's been such a weird sort of pregnancy storyline. Like, I've been implanted yesterday, I'm pregnant today, and I'm telling everybody, even though I'm only just pregnant.
Yeah, and then that was odd.
I'm writing in a journal, even though I'm a day pregnant. And
Dear Tadpole.
I was like, this is all too early. And Tadpole is the name of a character that was on Neighbours back in the 90s. I was like, I was totally out of it in that scene. But then obviously when she's ripping the diary up and she's crying, that's when I felt something, because that was like you say, I think it was more, she's better at conveying those emotions, and the kind of happy writing in a diary thing just felt a bit trite to me, and I didn't get the feels for that at all.
Very interesting, very interesting. Where do we go from here then, Sophie? Are you going to hate this? I'm intrigued to where we'll end up with this.
God, don't know, because I don't. It's difficult, isn't it? Because I'm saying I didn't want this, but then I'm saying that the happy Mac was less believable than the sad Mac.
I know what you mean. It's like a conflict. You're conflicted,
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, we're honest on here. It's not really our thing, babies, and we've muddled our way through the IVF stuff, trying to cover it. Then we're now faced with this moral dilemma, aren't we? Does someone deserve this? How do you then? I mean, we've got a lot of grief now. We've got these two. We've got Justin and Leah. Well, then we're going to have the rest of the Bayers. They find out about Theo. We've got a lot of sort of grief at once. It is a bit of a big wave. The more we talk now, the more I'm starting to side with you on that whole. Did we need it right now?
Could this have waited until the new year, maybe, or until
Yeah.
Theo's news had got round? Because is Theo's news going to eclipse Mac's news as well? Are people going to be, okay, yeah, poor Mac, but this Theo's dead?
It will be interesting to see how sort of the show treats that trade-off in terms of airtime and, how we receive it based on that, and how it's written. That will be one that will be fascinating to see, because we've had it in the past. Look at the whole Mason and Robbo thing happening together, and nobody spoke about Mason's death. It was all completely overshadowed, wasn't it, with the whole Robbo thing? Could we have another moment like that happening here in January or sooner? Sticky situation, in it, but thank God the show is making us think again.
Yes. Yes.
I like being here. I love it.
I mean, too much is not a problem, really, is it?
No, not when
we've got too much going on in the week. I'd rather have too much than nothing going on.
Yeah, let's cast. Yeah, let's not relive October. Because I think October walked, so this week could run. Let's leave it at that.
Definitely.
Make sure, guys, you send in your thoughts. We really need your reaction to this huge week. I'm sure you will. Go to our website, coastalnewspod.com. Click on Your Say on the Bay and tell us what you think. We'll address those on next week's pod. And that is us, over and out till next time. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts, and ensure you never miss an episode.